A Montgomery shooting has now turned fatal, and a Montgomery man has been charged with murder. Montgomery police are investigating the death of 50-year-old Liberty Anthony as a homicide. Anthony was shot on Bush Street yesterday. He was taken to the hospital and later pronounced dead. Tonight, 51-year-old Jimmy Sanders has been charged with Anthony's murder. He's in the Montgomery County Detention Facility on a $150,000 bond. Now to a breaking news update out of Covington County. The search is over for a 71-year-old man on Gant Lake. The sheriff's office has recovered the man's body. We're told the man, his wife, and two of their grandchildren were inner tubing when they stopped in the middle of the water. Meeks said the man and one of his grandkids jumped in the water, but the man never resurfaced. A rainbow of colors filled downtown Montgomery today for the annual Pride Parade. It's a celebration of the LGBTQ community. WSFA 12 News reporter Samantha Day was at today's march and rally. She joins us live now. Sam, what can you tell us? President Trump visited Nevada today to support Republican candidates for Congress. And while the president was taking part in a planned discussion about tax policy, immigration was still clearly at the forefront of his agenda. NBC's Chris Pallone has more on this developing story. Some of those protests on our nation's immigration policies included 5,000 people in San Diego today. The event was organized by Families Belong Together, a nonprofit organization that is also protesting the conditions the migrant children are being kept in. Some parents that have been separated from their children have been identified by wearing a yellow wristband on their left wrist. Taking a look outside, the temperatures are climbing with no relief in sight. Now a live check on your weather with WSFA 12 First Alert meteorologist Lee Southwick. Folks in the capital city gathered today to celebrate the Juneteenth holiday. The Rosa Parks Museum downtown threw a block party in front of the museum with food, live performances, t-shirts, and free admission to the museum. Event organizers hoped the event would help commemorate the official end of slavery in the U.S. in 1865, as well as to give people an opportunity to learn about our nation's history. That event only just now wrapping up as we speak, and although it's only the second annual Juneteenth celebration at the museum, Dr. Bell said they are looking forward to next year. Breast cancer is the second most common cancer among American women, and one team of Tuskegee University researchers are working to detect the cancer in these women. WSFA 12 News reporter Jordan Elston has the details. The number of veterans experiencing homelessness in the United States continues to be a growing problem, and one local organization is working to bring awareness to this issue. Today, Piers Caring Home for Veterans hosted an open house to show the opportunities it provides to veterans. There's much more local news just ahead on WSFA at 6. Volunteers were out in your local schools making some changes this summer, and some severe weather hitting our state pretty hard to our north. Plus, later in sports, check out which rapper was in Montgomery making a bold choice between Alabama and Auburn. It's all straight ahead. We'll be back in a moment.
For Monday, then Tuesday, we only have a 30% chance of showers. It goes up a bit for Wednesday, but the main takeaway for Independence Day is it's going to be hot. So, Rosanna, I hope you have some pool plans for your Independence Day. I mean, high of 91. We're going to be feeling more like the upper 90s, even low hundreds.
Well, I definitely had plans to go to a cookout, and I'm not really too sure if they have a pool or not. So that's
maybe just stay away from the grill. It's going to be so hot.
Thank you so much, Lee. We'll be right back with sports. Good evening, I'm Rosanna Smith. Thanks for joining us tonight. This afternoon, hundreds gathered in downtown Montgomery urging for action to reunite families that were separated at the border. WSFA 12 News reporter Samantha Day was at today's protest. She's live in the newsroom now. Thanks so much, Samantha. We'll hear more from those protesters tonight at 10. As Samantha said, the rallies against the immigration policy weren't just in Montgomery. Today, people all across the country took to the streets in protest against the separation of migrant children from their parents. Chris Pallone has more on the nationwide rallies. President Trump also tweeted his support for deporting border crossers without any court hearing, saying the U.S. has laws which are the dumbest anywhere in the world. One of the many rallies against the immigration policy was at Big Spring Park in Huntsville. A man was arrested at that rally after pulling a gun. Shane Silly now faces a menacing charge after the incident. It looks like he pulls the gun on the crowd of 200, starts walking away, and police arrest him. One organizer says she will not be shaken by threats of violence because immigration reform is too important. Later this year, you may be able to have alcohol delivered to your car. This week, the Alabama Alcoholic Beverage Control Board voted to allow grocery stores that offer online ordering to load a customer's purchased alcohol into their vehicle. The board has until early September to get the proposed change to the State House and the Legislative Council. The council will have 45 days to either delay it or offer amendments. Otherwise, the rule will go into effect. Taking a look at the weather now, scattered thunderstorms are affecting many of us tonight, but the chances are lower as we go later into the evening. Now we have a live check on your weather with WSFA First Alert meteorologist Lee Southwick. Happening this week, the 4th of July holiday. Before you hit the road for your plans, a warning from state troopers. Traffic accidents have killed nearly 300 people in Alabama this year so far. So when you hit the road now or anytime, you should always wear your seatbelt, obey speed limits, put your phone down, and focus on the road. And if you plan to drink alcohol, always have a designated driver or call a cab or ride-sharing service like Uber or Lyft. Now, safe practices aren't only for your travels. Law enforcement officials want you to be safe in all your Independence Day festivities. WSFA 12 News reporter Jordan Elston has the details. There will be several events across our area you can enjoy over the weekend. And leading up to the 4th, check out WSFA.com to find some near you now. Just click the Independence Day section to find the events listed by date and location.